wherever you want to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the vampire venue. This evening's scene is set at the Hemingway restaurant on the property of the Hyatt Regency Hotel, known to the kindred of the city as Elysium. And a group of kindred are gathering for a pleasant evening of drinks and social talks. I will let my PCs introduce themselves.
Well, Ely is there with her ghoul, as always. When you look to be 9 or 10 years old, you need a, quote, parent or something. So he's always with her, normally. And, she's just gotten in normally, dressed in her normal, very plain clothing. And she just looks around to see who's there, but for the moment she just, walks around a bit, waits for others to arrive.
At the moment, it appears neither Conrad nor Castile are behind the bar. It appears to simply be a ghoul behind the bar tonight. Probably that they are both busy with other things.
Fair enough.
I guess Sir Sirius is our next to enter the fray.
This evening he's dressed in one of the smarter suits he had been, gifted by a rather friendly and very old Malkavian. Once again, taking his Stetson off, having a look in the round, giving currently the one kindred and two ghouls that he sees an acknowledging nod. He, as is becoming quite almost routine for him, he goes to a certain spot, sits down, unravels the newspaper that he just acquired, and starts calmly reading it as if it were the most normal thing in the world.
And Nelson, are you back yet?
Yes.
Good job, because you just got back in time to intro Arjun.
Arjun will come in around that time. Probably with the way he's dressed on his overlay with a, I was going to say leather vest, but probably doesn't need it. It's Orlando, it's hot as fuck.
Yeah, it is unseasonably hot.
So yeah, no leather vest. So yeah, just the way he's dressed on his overlay, and looks around to see who's here tonight.
Looks like at the moment it is just Ely, Sir Sirius, one of Ely's ghouls, and behind the bar, shockingly enough, it is not Conrad or Castile. That appears to be one of Castile's ghouls. Arjun would indeed recognize him as one of Castile's.
So he'll say hello to Ely and Sir Sirius. And approach the ghoul for just a little bit and say, so Conrad and Castiel are not here tonight.
Castile, I'm afraid, had business to take care of with Miss Gonzalez. And Conrad is otherwise engaged.
And he'll nod.
So here I am.
Well, you have good company tonight. And he'll smile.
He nods.
Sirius will lower down the newspaper and give him a smile back before engrossing himself in the finance part of the newspaper.
Turns to the other kindred. How have both of you been lately?
Good, thanks.
Tolerable. Things have been tolerable.
Well, that leaves hope for better things.
Indeed it does. And how have you been, my friend?
Alright, nothing too bad, though I am thinking we should start looking at what the Sabbat are doing. We've been letting them rest for too long. They might be preparing something.
I bet they're up to their old tricks.
It wasn't so long ago that the Chimera took the city. Well, they won't let that go. They'll be preparing for another attack. It will come sooner or later. We should be prepared.
Yeah, and we'll be probably facing, at least numerically, definitely we'll be facing more enemies than we have kindred in the city, at least if they do their whole embrace pits or whatever the hell they're called.
At that point that the sheriff walks in.
Gives him a nod. Sheriff?
Arjun also nods at him.
Sir Hunt. At some point soon, I would like to introduce you to your fellow deputy, if that would be...
Oh, please, anything to break me out of my malaise.
Good, I will introduce you to her soon.
Ely visibly pouts and crosses her arms over her chest.
What's wrong, Yelly?
Nothing.
Now that's a lie, and you know it. I smile.
Oh yeah, something is very bothering her.
What is it, little one?
What? What?
You
Why
are
can't
still quite small. Don't get mad at me for calling you little one.
No, it's not that. But why'd they get to be deputy and I don't get to be? I didn't want it anyway. That's why.
Are you interested in the position?
Maybe.
Maybe. I take that as a yes. Because you're a terrible liar.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty good at punishing people.
And good at getting into places where us larger folk can't. That is
That
something
too.
to be kept in mind.
That too.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to be leading a first foray into the spot territory soon. And I would like to
Excellent.
see you in action before I make any decisions, but... Is that amenable, little one?
Okay.
Good.
And Sirius pipes up in Ely's direction. Just let me know if you need any equipment. I've got plenty of sharp objects lying around at my place.
She just looks at him for a moment. Just says, "Is there?" No, okay, yeah, I'll let you know.
Excellent.
I do hope that everyone will join us for that. It should be invigorating.
Ah, now you're speaking my language, good sheriff.
Anyway, I need to go take care of some things in preparation for this little mission. It was good seeing you all. Sir Hunt, I will set something up with you and Miss Nora soon.
Excellent. Yeah, I probably won't have as vast arsenal as you fellows, but I've got a few bulletproof vests I can offer, reasonably good firearms, even the odd longer machete. And should it be needed, I can even lend you out one of my armored vehicles.
That could potentially be very helpful.
But yes, we shall look at it further. I'm sure that you're very busy.
Indeed, I will have a planning meeting sometime this week prior to. So, if people could attend that, it would be sincerely appreciated.
I'll be there, and if I'm not, after 24 hours, feel free to sniff out my tracks.
Of course. He will give a bow to everyone before he heads out. Roleplay amongst yourself for just a second. I gotta go answer a question.
Totally fine. So,
Looks like we'll be taking a stand soon enough.
There we go. Finally.
are we? So these are essentially like just people who should be gone, right?
The Sabbat, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. They are a threat not only to us, but also the kind at large.
Okay.
I'm not saying that all of us are necessarily, and he uses air quotes, good guys, but they are definitely no good guys. They're probably the closest thing to bad, stereotypical bad guys that you could think of.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got that much. But Arjun, have you seen Katya?
Speak of the devil, and she shall appear. Katya strides in as Ely says her name, her heels clicking on the floor.
Primogen von Essen, and he literally takes his Stetson, puts it on his head, and then doffs it in deference, and then puts it on the side.
Ely ignores that, just goes straight over. Hey, Mom.
Hello, Ely, dear. She will lean down and kiss her forehead. Good evening, Sir Hunt.
Good evening,
It is a pleasure to
Primogen.
see you.
Oh, so I'm out of the doghouse. Excellent.
Ely just looks at him, just friends like hesitates for a moment. He just says, "Have I misunderstood something, or isn't your clan always in the doghouse somehow?"
No,
You're
most of the
gangrel, my dear. You kind of live in the doghouse in a way.
That's what I meant. Like, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true.
well, if you're trying to intimate that my mansion is a doghouse, I would have to say, dear Ely, I would take offense to that. And secondly, I'm
That's
not
not
a
what I
dog.
meant.
I'm closer to a wolf.
Okay, so with the pack or something like that.
She kind of pats her on the head.
Arjun will finally approach Gotcha, kissing her on the finger, on her hand first.
Hello, Arjun, darling.
Hello. It's only been a few nights, but I've missed you. And your smile.
I appreciate the compliment.
Out of character, from her appearance and everything, is Sirius still getting a Humanity 3 vibe from her?
It's really not something you can detect, I think.
From the paleness of the skin, from the jerkiness, from the movement.
I think that
She
You know
does
how.
have blush of health, which
Gotcha.
means even at Humanity 3, she still appears human.
Okay, fair enough.
and even I think it's lower than 6 or 5, then you just look like pale, and then you can activate Blush of Health. You know, I don't think, maybe be wrong, but I don't think it look
No,
more.
I'm fine. If she's got Blush of Health up, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, she has blush of health, so I don't have it on her overlay because her overlays get a little ridiculous.
No problem. Then everything is fine. No change in the demeanor.
Nope, her demeanor and whatnot are identical to what he's always seen from her.
But yes, apparently, quips that went south aside, it is a pleasure to see you, my dear Primogen. And may I say, you look as radiant as ever.
Thank you. I do appreciate a good compliment.
How have you been, my dear?
I've been alright. It's been an interesting couple of weeks.
Interesting.
Oh.
How? Exactly.
Excuse me while I go rescue my small child who has fallen off the bed.
So, Arjun, do you mind if we go talk for a little while, or maybe both you and Katja can? I have a thing.
Sure, we can go talk alone.
How
Sorry,
about I make it
it's
easier on you fellows and I go and enjoy myself a cigarette while,
yeah, okay.
you
It's
have your
fine.
chat.
Like it's just a small thing. It's not a problem. So,
Sirius will get up, go to the balcony, close the door, and light himself a cigarette.
Arjun, remember how I talked about things would be better if the two of you were married? I've found this place, and there's a thing. It's actually just an office of the city, and I've arranged it for it to be open at night, so that the two of you could get married, no problem. So, are you okay for? And she just looks at a piece of paper she's written something on. Next Thursday evening.
I would be, but I think this may be a bit too soon for Katja.
Nah, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. She looks.
Evie, dear. So, you know I was married to Marcus, yes?
Activating heightened senses.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the asshole. Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and give me a perception alertness roll.
Gotcha.
Modified by your Auspex level. Standard diff is 8.
Gotcha.
Because you're trying to listen through a door.
Yes.
My experience with marriage hasn't exactly been great. And I'd prefer not to rush into something again.
She stands there for a moment, looks at you. Okay, I understand. But wouldn't be one of the best ways to get over it is to get into a happy marriage?
Mm.
I mean, Arjun's nice.
Um, I'm not sure I'm really ever going to want to get married again.
3 successes.
But
Yeah, that is enough to hear what is being said.
no. Like, look, like, but you kind of have to, right? Because,
No, I don't.
but look, I need, and she doesn't mutter to herself, but she
It
does.
should be noted that she still wears her ring from Marcus.
Mm,
And the
okay.
other is hanging around her neck.
Yeah, and I'm gonna roll something myself. Give me just a moment, since it's not everything from Ely sheet I can. That is actually a botch.
Whoops.
No, it's just a fair. It's actually, she does have one success, because it would be, yeah. It's not like she just goes, but you kind of listen. I understand, but um, I'm not. The two of you, you're look. This is gonna be like this, and none of you two are leaving me. Do you understand?
Just because I'm not leaving doesn't mean I'm getting married.
Okay. Okay, fine. You're not getting married. Okay. Okay, fine. It's very clear that this is, like, she's struggling. Like, she's trying to contain herself at this point. But she does
Really?
just kind of nods.
Just because. Just because Kyatcha and I aren't married doesn't mean we can be your parents. Not all
Well,
families consist of
yeah,
couples that are married.
but well, I mean, mom and dad, like, you have to. I suppose not. It's just. It's just. It would be obvious, but you know what? It's fine. It's not like it's a big deal or anything. And it again, it's obviously a big deal for her for some reason. And she just stands there and just tries to contain herself, and she goes, "Okay, that's, it's not really a big deal. It's not like, what am I fussing about? Like, it's not a problem. Like, I it's not a thing at all. Like, everything is good, and yeah."
I'll bend down and hug her.
She's a bit stiff, but she does hug him back a little. She goes, "Look, I need a drink. How about we get a drink? I think, yeah, we need a drink." And
Sure.
Katya
leaves.
snaps her fingers, and the ghoul instantly gets to making several drinks for everyone.
Hmm. Yeah. Ely will just sit down and she'll wait. And yeah, she drinks. It seems to calm her down a bit. She doesn't.
Sirius lights a second cigarette and just keeps on listening.
So, Katja, you're okay with me going after the spot, right?
As long as you're careful. I wouldn't want you getting
Of course.
hurt.
Of course, I'm gonna be careful. I have to make sure that Sirius doesn't get hurt, or any of the others.
Arjun smiles.
What do I have to roll? So, okay, no. Actually, to be fair, Sirius has his back towards them, so he is just grinning at himself.
Yeah, your back is to them, so you don't have to roll anything to hide that you're fucking smiling like crazy.
Oh yeah, he finds that dead hilarious because he knows exactly that's the other way round.
Totally lost when we raced. He has dune buggies in his place.
Bullshit.
Of course it is. And when he says that he won, he's a dirty liar. Don't trust him.
Okay, for our viewers, what was before a smile at what was considered charming actually turns into a pretty dark look. Ooh, he's not gonna take that good.
She pats Ely on the head and sips on her drink.
Yeah, Edie has the biggest shit-eating grin on her face. She's hoping that she said it so loud that Sirius heard all of that for some reason.
Don't provoke the gangrel, dear.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sirius. I mean, sorry.
How loud does she say the last part?
Fairly loud. You can hear it.
He turns around, puts the cigarette in the ashtray, comes in, and just says, Now, I don't mind a little bit of fun here and there, but don't you go slandering me and telling untruths like those. And there is an animalistic glow in his eyes. I like you. Don't burn that
Don't
bridge.
lie. It's fine. Okay, I got it.
Mind you, it was a neck and neck race, but
was.
I did actually win.
I know.
And he'll come in and politely ask for a Cuba Libre.
Yep, the ghoul sets one in front of him, and Katya is sipping on a glass of whiskey.
So, the sheriff is going to take you, myself, and who else?
And some other kindred that I yet have to be introduced to.
Okay. I don't suppose you have any body armor that fits me, right?
I think Conrad could feasibly get you something.
Body armor for a child? Really?
It does exist. To be fair, I have a few contacts that I would say give them maximum 2 days, and I could have child body armor organized for you.
I mean,
It tends to be sold
weird,
for
but
the
cool.
children of very rich individuals.
Yes, indeed.
And
So
it's
far.
not that extraordinary. Let's just say one of my ghouls has some contacts of his own.
All right. Okay.
Talking about Conrad, where has he been? He's not here tonight, and the last time I saw him, he was, well, less grumpy than usual.
Yeah, that was quite unusual, although not an unpleasant change.
That is something you will have to ask him yourself. It is not my place to say.
But you do know, and he'll smile, like
I do
teasingly.
know. He is my brother, after all.
Wonder who he has met.
Pardon my question, but why does he insist on putting up the demeanor that he's constantly grumpy?
Well, it's because, as a general rule, he is always grumpy.
Any specific reason? Anything specifically irking him? If it needs getting rid of, let's just say I'll be willing to take care of it.
Oh no, it's simply a very long time under Marcus's watchful eye left him less than pleasant.
Ah,
Conrad and
mhm.
Castiel were with Marcus for significantly longer than I was. Over 300 years. I myself only had him as my sire for 3 before he had supposedly met his final death. I see now that that was false, but
Well, now he's not going anywhere.
no, he's not. She kind of
Hey,
plays with the ring on the chain around her neck.
by the way, guys, I know I'm sorry to change it to subject, but you guys know the White Wolf Bar thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
run by the lupine Alexei. Yes.
Yeah, that place were about to get torn down not too long ago. Well,
Well, glad that he was able to revitalize the business.
not that way. Not what I meant. I mean, as in that place was about to get ripped apart from the inside.
Oh,
Have any of you guys met someone named Saisho, a Japanese dude or guy?
he is an infamous fellow.
I've heard tale of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but I
stopped
haven't
by.
met him personally.
He stopped by and began antagonizing the people. Wanted a deal. I'm honestly thinking like Elixir was about to lose it.
He's a lupine. That wouldn't be out of character.
Mm, still,
Well,
as lupines go, Alexei seems surprisingly. What is the term? Chill? Yes, I think that's the term.
it
Especially
was.
with our kind, which is unusual.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Like they were about to throw down or something close to it.
I would
But
have paid good money to see that.
well, I mean, it's just how safe relatively is any of us, any kindred that comes into that place, really?
Um, let's put it that way. If you're well in touch with your humanity, it is one of the safer places, I would say.
Hmm.
If you're more in touch with your beast, let's say heavily in touch with your beast, I would avoid it.
Okay. Well, I'm in control. That's fine.
Plus, from what I've seen, he tends to be somebody who is at least willing to give you a warning before he pops his claws.
Hmm. I don't know. It's just that sideshow fellows. There was some bad vibes, I think. But hey, I'm not gonna. It was
Well,
just.
the fellow is infamous for a reason.
I thought I'd share it at least.
Thank you.
No problem. So we're gonna field trip. So lots of knives with us and find out what's going on, and that's it.
I can provide you all with burning blades, should that be something you're interested in.
Always, he smiles.
Burning blades?
If I go on a mission, it would be more than welcome.
Good.
What's a burning blade?
It's a ritual that we Tremere do that lights your blade aflame.
Oh, that would be really useful.
To be fair, I have my saber, and he looks at Ely. Yes, I think the D grip, one of the D grip machetes I have, should just be perfect for you.
Machete. Okay.
Well, think of it as a cross between a machete and a saber.
I mostly use knives.
Oh well, it was offered.
No, that's fine. I'll try it.
But yes, for the unlikely case, and he knocks on a part of either the wooden furniture or table or whatever. Of course, let's hope, should things go a little bit south, you just stick to me, little one, and I'll get you out.
Okay, fine. But you know what? I'm not going to call you my prince or my savior or anything like that. Deal?
Uh, no. No,
Okay, good.
I wouldn't want that. No,
Good,
with all
but
due respect, you.
yeah,
With
but
all due
you
respect,
wanted.
you're a little bit too old to be a damsel in distress.
Well, that's true, but it's just didn't want me to lie, and that's fine. So I thought you might be old-fashioned, but hey, I mean, that's fine.
No, no, no. I'm a knight. I'm not a freaking lord. There are differences.
If you're a knight, then you would totally call me yes, princess, or something like that. Actually, I wouldn't mind that because that would actually be kind of cool. But no, I'm not gonna call you like anything. But I mean, Princess Ely, that you try and call me
He just laughs. He's laughing at you. He thinks that's hilarious.
It's not that funny. I mean, it could happen.
You, with all due respect, you're lacking the airs and graces for a princess.
That is not. That
They'll
is.
you will just everyone will hear the sound.
Don't force me to take you over my knee and spank you, little one.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to catch me. It's fine.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Anyways, that is something that can be fixed with a little work. Although, from what I understand, although the title does remain prince even for a female.
Correct.
Oh,
Though
no,
some would insist on other titles.
I mean, I'm not interested in that. It's just interested in Sirius calling me it. It's because it's gonna bother him. So that's why.
Ely. And he sort of kneels down and gets on your eye level. Fun and games are fine, and I'm willing to overlook a lot of things, but a word to the wise. I haven't survived this long and haven't earned my strength by just sitting around and antagonizing other kindred. I tend to be polite and offer them a little bit of respect in return that they show me the same thing. But, yeah, the charm is starting to wear off. So, as a friend, please, don't try to get on my bad side. And then he stands up again.
Have you ever heard of the concept of you being hard on those you really like?
Well, I don't think the Primogen would look too kindly me dragging you into a training ring and showing you why showing me a little bit of respect might be a
No,
smart idea.
no, silly. I'm teasing you because I really do like you.
He's likely taken aback by that.
Silly. And she kind of just smiles at him and just kind of shakes her head a little bit. And she will just walk over to her ghoul and she'll just say, she just talks about something. It's, you can get that it's something about home or haven, probably.
Hmm.
It will take a little bit before they.
And then he just smiles at that.
And actually, you two are on pretty equal footing. I'd actually like to see the two of you spar. If you could catch her, anyway.
Hmm.
She's fast.
Yeah, nothing a net couldn't slow down.
You don't use nets during sparring.
Oh, I'll put it that way. I'll do what it takes. And you have to get inventive. Not all of us are blessed with celerity, after all.
No, the physical aspects of our kind have eluded me over the years. I've much more focused on the mental side of things.
Hmm. Of recent, I have to say, I've found some more mental and mentally stimulating pursuits to be quite the eye-opener. Come to think of it, something I was curious, and I'm not referring to your, what's it called again? Coldonic sorcery? Blood sorcery? Ah, well, technically, most of our disciplines could be called a blood sorcery of some form or another.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy. There we go. Thank you. But I remember back when I was a younger lad, there were whispers of actual sorcery and the occult going around and being quite fashionable. And I've heard tell of non-mages or hedge mages who apparently show affinity for that, although they are not mages, if that makes any sense. I'm no expert in the matter. I've only recently started dabbling in the occult.
I wouldn't know. I tend to avoid the topic of mages and things associated with them as well. They don't have the best history with my clan.
Yes, so I've heard.
I think there's some of them that might hang out at the White Wolf. I don't know. If you want to talk to, I mean,
They would be guarded at the best of times. Probably would have more success trying to draw blood from a stone.
well, it depends on how you ask. I think.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, and draw the suspicion of Clan Tremere upon my head. Of course, an excellent idea. He
right,
laughs slightly
sure.
nervously. But yes, my dear Primogen, if you were to come across other forms of sorcery that don't infringe upon yours, I would be interested, and I would make it worth your while.
I'll have to look into it.
Thank you for, at the very least, considering it.
If I find anything, I'll let you know. Our library is quite extensive.
I'm sure that they boggle the mind. But yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this first foray. Let's see if we can't start driving them out in earnest. Get rid of this infestation.
We'll get rid of them if we keep to it.
Yeah, that reminds me. I probably should. Yeah, I'll see if I can get my ghouls to get some information down on the street level. If I remember their tactics correctly, the Sabbat have a tendency of grabbing those of society that are often forgotten, the homeless, the vagrant, and similar, and then, well, do their weird type of mass embraces.
Yeah.
I probably should get my ear down on the ground and see if any unusual amount of the homeless have gone missing.
That sounds like a good plan.
Thank you.
Alright, guys. If you need me for something, let me know. I have to go take care of something at home. Mom, Dad, I'll be. Yeah, I'll meet you soon again. Again, soon.
Katya presses a kiss onto her forehead. Be good.
I'll
And
try.
if you can't be good, don't get caught.
I won't.
We all know that means don't get caught. Yes, Mom.
Of course we do. And he'll actually go down and give her a hug. That is Ely. Safe travels, and yeah,
Get a
stay
hug.
out of trouble.
I'll do my very best. I think. And
Yeah.
she gets her ghoul and
I'd also hug her before she leaves.
and the player will go to bed because he is very tired.
Good night, dear.
Good night.
If nobody else has any declarations, it's probably a good place to leave off. To be fair.
Okay. I just wanted to have a mother, father, him pretending he didn't. But after that, I'm fine to wrap it up.
Okay. Go ahead.
So Sirius just goes and, pardon me, Primogen, mother, and then looks to Arjun, father. Has Ellie been adopted and this information has passed me by, or?
I was one of the only people who could calm her down when she first was discovered in the city. So she took to me.
Ah, I see. Okay. I just asked for clarification so that I could address her properly if things had changed. Okay, fair enough. Still a
And
little
Arjun and I being close, it...
Of course, she would have assumed that Yes, and with the little bit of a history that she divulged, yes, it understandable, I guess.
When I found her, she didn't even know what clan she was.
Has wait a sec. Yeah, of course she told me. Toreador.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm still surprised that she managed to survive as long as she did. That definitely earned a little bit of my respect.
And yes, I sussed out her lineage with some of my own powers of the blood.
I take it the miscreant who did the dirty deed has not yet been identified?
No, not yet, but once I do, rest assured I will boil his blood in his veins until he turns to ash.
Feel free to do that. However, if I may be allowed to maul the fucker, I'd be more than happy to. I sort of promised it to her. So let's just say I immobilize him, and then after that, feel free to boil away.
Make sure he suffers.
Yes.
Oh, trust me, my bite is worse than my bark. And my bite isn't just that one of a normal grizzly. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, oh no. This one hurts extra fierce.
And I don't imagine that your blood boiling in your veins feels very good either.
Oh no. But I thought we might make a statement here that decent kindred don't do such an abhorrent thing.
He probably doesn't consider himself a decent kindred, and probably doesn't care.
Oh, don't worry. We'll make him care right before he meets final death.
Indeed.
Yeah. I can tolerate a lot, but bracing a
Conrad.
child, that rubs me the wrong way in so many directions.
There is a thaumaturgical ritual that Conrad happens to know that will make him see the error of his ways.
Excellent. Anyway, if you two would excuse me, I probably should get back before my ghouls start worrying. They can be a bit clingy in the early phases.
Of course. It was a pleasure seeing you, Sir Sirius.
It was a pleasure to see you, Primogen von Essen. Arjun?
So serious, my friend.
Yep. Till the hunt begins.
And he'll turn to Gotcha. Well, what do you say we...
And he leaves.
At that case, Arjun will turn to Gotcha. Well, what do you say we return to the Chantry?
Of course. And with that, thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando.